We're on round 3 of 4. It's gonna be 4 rounds tonight.
Yep. So Blake, looks like I think he might have a keep, pitching one to the bottom.
Pseudo silence. Thanks for the follow. Is Blake playing Kavus? Or
I don't.
that's what it's called, right?
Territorial Kavu. I'm not sure, Taryn. I don't know.
I know he was on a different iteration of this. Plays like Snapcasters, I think. He really just plays like some of the best creatures and spells across the 4 colors that he has. I think it's every color but black. Matatalk, the Formal Brew. Thanks for the follows.
Witty89, we don't have deck list for the FNMs. If you are interested in a deck list, though, just DM or drop a line in the Discord modern channel, and we'll try to get a list for you.
Yeah, if you just ask for the list, like I can either at the correct person for you, or someone can get you the list, hopefully. Wait, is that? That's a Kavu.
Yeah. Yep.
So that's a 4/4.
Seems pretty good.
I think that's an Apostle's Blessing, Blake's hand. If I'm not mistaken.
Untap draw. Boy, Blake is flickering fast. I'm having trouble getting him. It's a prismatic ending. Is it a bolt? So Blake missing a land drop. Definitely something that Bricker is going to like to see.
Yeah, something. I'm pretty sure that's an Apostle's Blessing in Blake's hand, which is a sweet card. I love Apostle's Blessing, but unfortunately, when you are missing land drops, you just do not have the luxury of like playing off a turn to make sure you hold up Blessing. If I have Blessing in my hand, I'm almost always just playing a turn behind just so I can always have it up. Because you look really silly when you just tap out into removal turn after turn while you just still have a Blessing in your hand.
Right.
And then you're left with nothing but a useless.
So he ripped a land drop there, played a Goyf, but it's going to get counterspelled.
Dang, that's kind of the... Oh, wow. It's got the stubby D. This deck is sick.
This deck is awesome. I'm sorry. I love it. It has everything. I mean, it has everything.
I love decks that are good Stubborn Denial decks. Sorry, the bottom half of that card's not wanting to load. There it is.
Ill Dog's got my back. Let me know what was in hand. Thank you.
Can be a negate for a single blue mana if you've got Ferocious online, which the Kavu Goyf deck's pretty good at.
So Goyf is a 4/5. Kaya's Guile? Exiling the graveyard?
Make you sack a creature and then exile your yard, I'm pretty sure.
Yep. Seems pretty good.
Kai's guy was so gross.
It is. Bricker absolutely loves Kaya's Guile too.
Yeah, it's one of Brick's like favorite cards.
It is definitely a pet card. A good card too, but it's definitely a pet card for
Ban Kai's guy. Yeah. Is that I think he's playing the seal for extra delirium. He's got another Kavu in hand. Brick. I think his Brick has a Archmage Charm too.
Yeah. It starts to get to a tough point here. 5 lands for Brick, and got to think Charm's gonna get this. But yeah, once Brick turns the corner with control, there's not gonna be a lot of looking back. Card advantage.
Yeah, if Blake could ever get something to stick, he does have access to this blessing now, but it's just getting anything to stick. Plus, something like Snapcaster Kai's Guile can get around the blessing, or just another Kai's Guile. I don't know how many he runs.
I'm assuming we're gonna snap counter here, right?
I imagine he could just like snap, get the target the Kai's Guile just to like make a 1/1 as well or something. He can make him sack and then make a 1/1. Looks like.
Oh, so he let it enter. Okay. Yep, make him sack, make a 1/1 probably. Yep. Nice call, Taryn.
Yeah, it's just
A little bit better value than just countering it.
right. He knew his snap wasn't gonna stick around too with that Seal of Fire. See if the timer is loading yet.
And here come the 1/1 beats.
The timer is running. It's just the pop out that we use to screen cap won't load.
Oh, okay.
So I just don't have it. Yeah, the Snap Guile was more vulnerable to Stubborn Denial if Blake had a second one. So there is that.
Blake's already looking through his sideboard for answers.
Bolt you.
Is he running snap in this list too? Bolt, snap, bolt?
I think he was. Does not have the red mana for. Well, I mean, he can just bolt or snap bolt.
Try to get the Goif down here. Needs to leave up white though, right? For Apostle's Blessing?
No, blessing is just generic, and then
Generic. And
a white
right,
Phyrexian mana. So I don't know if he has Tribal Flames or not. I haven't seen Tribal Flames yet. What is that card in hand there? Yeah, I believe it's 60 cards. I haven't seen any Yorions or anything.
So there's another snap for Brick. Snap counter.
Oh, is it just another Seal of Fire? Yeah, that could be.
Feels bad here for Blake though, just not hitting any lands. He stumbled on 2 lands and then got a third, and then obviously hasn't seen a land since.
Couldn't get out from under the counter spells at that point.
Yeah.
Now he's just in danger of dying to Hall of the Storm Giants. Archmage Charm, counter that seal. I think that was a seal. Or is that Tribal Flames? That might be one of the arts
I
of Tribal Flames.
think it's Tribal Flames.
That's not the right art.
Old Border.
Yeah, there it is.
Yep.
Tribal Flames. So we are running some Tribal Flames.
Activating Hall. I believe this is lethal, right?
Definitely threatening lethal.
7/7, yeah. Well, we're gonna go to game 2. Check in. See if we're keeping here.
Oh yeah, the tutor's gonna shuffle away the breach.
I was thinking that the tutor actually goes off first,
Yeah.
so he might not have wanted the breach. Really,
But yeah, but then also doesn't want to put it in his graveyard.
right.
He wants to just shuffle it away and then like tutor it up maybe. Oh, that was an ad nauseum. I see. Okay. All right, back to our feature match.
DRC getting in for 1. Passing back to Brick. Conspicuously leaving up 2 mana. It's a trap.
I see Snap, Bolt, Spell Pierce, Forest. Spell Pierce is pretty gross.
The SpongeBob sleeves are clean.
Yeah, I love those. In for 1.
Guys having a good time. Love to see it. That's a prismatic ending in hand for Bricker. That is a good answer for a card like DRC.
Yeah, Blake's got Spell Pierce, but now Bricker has played around it with the 2 mana up. I wonder if Brick took a whole turn off or if he just didn't have the ending before. But if he took a whole turn off just to play around Spell Pierce, that's 5 head.
We'll ask him later and he'll say he did.
I'm sure he will. He also has like 2 Solitudes in hand. Dude, you know what I hate about this card, Solitude?
Everything.
Spell Pierce can't counter it. It makes me so mad.
I do feel like this is a rough matchup for Blake.
Yeah, I think it's probably is. He does have a lot of really efficient threats, and I think the Spell Pierce and the Blessing and stuff could line up in a way that really hurts what Brick's trying to do, but I think just like more often than not, Brick's just like gonna have enough answers and gonna have enough time to get to the late game and do his thing.
Right. True Nightmare. What's everybody's favorite sleeves? I typically just stick with Dragon Shields and just replace them as needed. You know, if they start, they're, in my opinion, they've generally been pretty good and they're not super, super expensive.
I love katanas, but what are the BCW sleeves that we have out there, right?
The Eclipse.
Eclipse.
They're pretty good too.
I actually love those. They have a great shuffle feel. They're not quite as like high quality as the Dragon Shields or katanas, but they're like still really nice and have a great shuffle feel, and they're a lot cheaper, so you can just replace them more often.
Yeah.
Yeah, the Eclipse sleeves are actually very nice.
I used to do that Javik same sleeves for all of my decks. I'd have a note for cards that I shared between them and just move it back and forth. Then I didn't have to unsleeve and resleeve all the time.
A Thrun, the last troll in the zoo list for this kind of matchup. Oh, it's been a minute since I've seen Thrun. Can be countered. Can be the target of spells or abilities your opponents control. Play a generic and a green regenerate Thrun. That is a house.
That is a 4/4 beater that is very hard to deal with. I really like it.
Hey, guess what beats that card?
What?
Kyle.
Kai's Guile's good. Hashtag ban Bricker. We're not banning Kai's Guile, we're banning Bricker. Card advantage starting.
Yeah. When you get to cast a is this an instep deluge?
I believe so.
Yeah, when you get to do that, your opponent's not putting enough pressure on, it's just you're putting your foot on the gas at that point.
Oh, I think the other game is over already. So I'm guessing TJ ad nauseum, and then I've got to assume TJ got it because if they went to game 3 and it's over already, I mean, that had to be Twiddlestorm.
Yeah, unless something else happened, like maybe Kegel played a Blood Moon or something like that. TJ couldn't beat it. I don't know.
Oh, quite possibly. Quite possibly. Yeah, the clock's not loading for some reason, big guy. So we'll get you an update on the time. Taryn, you got the time, right?
Yeah, I can look. 26 minutes. Yep, clock. Yeah, for some reason the clock is loading on the one page of event link, but then the page that we actually use to screen cap, it's like not loading. Uh, big brick throwing. Oh, Blake throwing the cart. I mean they're good friends. They're probably just bantering. We're all friends here.
Some tribal flame damage.
Yeah, Brick's down to 9.
Blake's on the burn 'em hard.
Tribal Flames has a lot of reach. Brick down to 8.
Muscle Mathis says the SpongeBob sleeves. They are pretty fire.
I don't think Blake won one of our 1Ks. Did he top 8 though? One of them? I can't remember.
You might have.
Blake's a really good player. He
Yeah.
just doesn't get down here a whole lot.
Yeah, he lives about an hour away. So it's a little bit of a trip, but always appreciate him making the trip up. Oh, I see Big Mike out there.
Blake is running Territorial Kabu. Yes. Baby Tef from Brick. Stubborn Denial, Spell Pierce, I think, in Blake's hand. So it's just Brick able to leave up enough mana at every point of this game, pretty much. Pierce, snap, pierce. Yeah, that could get it. Does he have snap? I didn't see snap. I can't tell you how many times I've just tried to cast things at instant speed into Teferi, dude. Bricker's trying to fix Blake's graveyard, and Blake just spreads his cards out across the.
Breaker's trolling him now.
Yeah.
They're laughing at each other.
Yeah, at this point, Blake is probably trying to just like Snapcaster Tribal Flames and steal a win somehow, but it's just not super likely.
Yeah, tough spot here.
Okay,
J.K. Smith, I have not seen a Scion.
yeah, I haven't seen a Scion Draco yet either. Figuring out the Tarmadai here.
Brick has a Solitude in hand as well.
These counter spells are definitely rotting in Blake's hand here with this Tef on the board.
Bricker's like, oh, hey, that looks good. Sure. Does Brick have wait? I mean, he has Solitude, so he's just gonna wait here and let.
He's got the Emperor too. He's got
Yeah. Tap Tarmogoyf, Emperor Exile.
He's gonna attack Teferi, I think. Ugh. This just feels so bad if you're Blake.
Yeah, none of. Yeah, I mean, with Tef out there, there's just. Yeah, Blake just can't do anything.
Yeah, Brick gets to gain 2 life too and just get a little bit more out of reach.
I'm gonna snap Tribal Flames here. I think Brick has 2 counter spells in hand. Only 3 mana though.
Yeah, but all he needs is 1 counter spell because Blake can't use his Spell Pierce or Stubborn Denial.
I think what Brick's going to do is protect the life total, maybe let the snap enter, and then counter the actual Tribal Flames. Actually makes sense. Well, I mean, he could have just countered a snap and
It gets the flames out of the yard, so he
Right.
knows he's got plenty of answers to snap. It just this gets the flames out of the yard, so he can't
snap it later.
Yeah. He can just use this push, or he could have just cast a Solitude, or whatever he wanted there.
Wonder, you want to put the Wanderer up, Taryn?
Sure.
I was trying to think what the make a samurai ability does.
It's a -1.
It's a -1.
Yeah.
Okay.
So 2 white. Legendary Planeswalker Flash. As long as the Wandering Emperor enters the battlefield this turn, you may activate her loyalty abilities anytime you could cast an instant. +1, put a +1/+1 counter On up to one target creature, it gains first strike until end of turn. -1, create a 2/2 white samurai creature token with vigilance, or -2, exile target tap creature, you gain 2 life.
Very strong planeswalker.
I mean, it's the only flash planeswalker to be printed so far, right? And then has that passive where you get to use an ability right away if you flash it in. So
Right.
you just, yeah, it's so brutal on aggro decks.
Another thing I've seen him do is not just the flash exile, but you basically get 2 pluses if you know your opponent doesn't do anything. You flash it in +4, plus it again to 5. You know, get that loyalty build up if you need to.
Yeah, or just in-step flash, make it 2/2, untap, make it 2/2. Like it's
Right.
super versatile. It can make it proactive, like we saw in the control mirror earlier, or here just the backbreaker for control, and it also pluses on solitude to give you extra lifelink.
Seems good.
Yeah. Dash a Ragavan.
Dashing a Ragavan's a good thing to do.
Oh yeah, Teferi, Master of Time, can use abilities and instant speed.
Can use abilities, but yeah, Thunderwonk pointed out
You have
only cast a sorcery though.
Right. You still have to tap out for it.
Yeah, Teferi, Master Time will actually, you can plus it your turn, their turn, your turn, their turn.
Right.
So Blake says, I've had enough. I hate T3. He just pointed at it and said, this card.
I feel you, Blake.